When you look at me, you don't see a person covered in tattoos or someone with a multitude of piercings. Instead, you see me wearing a baby doll dress, smiling with rosy cheeks. However, if you look closely, you may notice something on my hand. But what could it be? Hello, I'm Grace, and I believe in the art of writing on my hand. At first, I loathed this strange fixation with a fiery passion, for I was constantly badgered by my family and friends to end my own madness. I was writing anything and everything on myself. Quotes, to-do lists, pictures, thoughts, homework, and philosophies. It burgeoned from my geometry class. The teacher's monotone voice and tedious teaching made my brain want to blow up. I searched for a solution. I could have read a book, but I knew the teacher wouldn't allow it. And I wasn't about to pull out my phone in the middle of class to play a game or text my friends. I stealthily went through my backpack, unaware of what I was looking for. My search ended upon finding a big, black, beautiful Sharpie pen. I had seen other students write on their hands, but I had never tried it myself. I thought I might get ink poisoning. However, under these dire circumstances, I would have rather been poisoned than endure this mind-numbing lecture of math any longer. I went at my hand with the Sharpie and was immediately consumed by the comforting feeling of the silky, wet felt on my dry hand, washing away my boredom. I was hooked. Like I said, at first I detested this disease of mine, but now I realize its value. For example, I was having a horrible day. My best friend and my biggest infatuation decided to be a selfish jerk to build himself up, and his cruelty nearly killed me. A quote from one of my favorite Broadway musicals, Spring Awakening, surfaced from my sadness. But still I know to trust my own true mind and say there's a way through this. I had to write it on my hand, and after I did, a feeling of relief flushed over me. These words, which tainted my hand, were not a curse, but a cure. But it's not all about me. This unique ailment of mine did not go unnoticed by the eyes of my peers. One day, I saw a poem on the board of my literature class and instantaneously wrote it on my hand. Your absence runs through me like a thread through a needle. Everything I do is stitched with its color. An hour later, in a completely different class, the girl I was sitting next to tapped me on the shoulder and asked me what I had written on my hand. I hesitated to let her see it. It was my therapy, and I wasn't quite comfortable sharing it. But she seemed genuinely interested, so I offered her my ink-stained hand. Her reaction was the one that I expected. After she was done reading, she looked up with appreciative eyes and quietly muttered, "That's neat." Almost every day she asks me. I'm not sure what she gets out of my little quirk of hand art, but she must benefit in some way, or else she wouldn't have kept asking, right? Maybe I'll never know. But what I do know is what I believe. I believe in the positive power of words, even a simple quote written on my hand.